Hello everyone, this is Yukta, and today we have among us Dr. M.K. Kaushik sir. And sir, would you please like to give us your introduction?
Sure. Hi Yukta and team. Thanks for inviting me for this podcast. As you introduced, I'm Kaushik. I did my engineering in electronics and communications and then my master's in communications and signal processing. After my master's, I have worked for 2 years in a private lab where I worked on image processing and computer networks and all. After that, I found interest towards research and then I have joined BITS Pilani as a PhD scholar for full time. I did again my PhD in wireless communications. So basically, if you see, I'm electronics and communications guy, yes. And then I did my PhD in wireless communications and 5G communications. So during my PhD, again, as I am in research, how to protect research is another thing. So during that time, I also did my PG diploma in intellectual property rights from Nalsar University. So this is what about my education. So after finishing my PhD, I joined for 6 months as assistant professor in one college. But my aim or dream is to contribute something for the innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem, because while I was doing my PhD in BITS, my professor has got TBI. TBI stands for Technology Business Incubator, and during that time I understood, usually what happens, we do research, yes, right? And then we publish papers and it stops there. If you see BTech students also, they do projects, they write reports and then they stop it there. But how to take them to the market and then develop products and then build business around it. So that excited me. Though I was doing my PhD and research, because of my professor getting the TBI, that initiated me to think about how to take these research elements into commercial aspects and then build a business around it. So that's how I have chosen to enter into innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem. Though I got offers from companies like Nokia and Qualcomm, I declined those offers and then I started searching for jobs which are in innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem. Other than this, I have founded 3 companies. My first company was KBR Productions, where we used to do film production. I did short films. I direct, I act, I edit films. So that way we did 25 short films, and I also direct ads for small companies. And then for Airtel also I have directed 2 ads. And then Pelli Chupulu, before they have given it to Suresh Productions, we are the ones who went to all colleges and then promoted about the film. And then I did for so many other films, and then I created ads. That is my first startup. And my second startup is Igyan EduTech, where we wanted to focus on rural education and then developing rural education to be in par with what's happening in urban. That's my another company. And then my third company is Samskar Electronics. For now, I'm not part of it, but when we started it for a social cause. You all know good touch, bad touch, right? So what's happening with women, and then how do you teach about this good touch and bad touch for not only girls, even for the boys? Yes. Because even boys has to know what's good touch and bad touch. So based on that, we have developed one toy. It's gamified, so students can learn what is good touch and bad touch from that. So that's what my introduction, that's my education, and then my startup journey.
That's like a really long list of achievements.
Yeah.
I'm sure people would be so inspired by you right now. So well, you talked about like creating jobs, and like you have put up so many companies. So like, what does it mean to be an entrepreneur? Like, so how does it work?
Yeah.
Like, do we have a specific age group? Like, this people should be there in entrepreneurship, or is it any different?
Yeah. So basically, let us take this first question. What is it like to be an entrepreneur, or who is an entrepreneur? See, we are all doing our formal education. Okay. As part of formal education, sometimes we miss looking at small problems which are nearby the community. If you go to village, even drinking water is a problem.
Yes, sir.
Healthcare is a problem. There is no transportation facility. Because of not having transportation facility, many girls are dropping out in the education system. So, if students who are pursuing their technological education, if they perceive those problems and then they bring technology to those problems, then obviously we can provide so many solutions to the community which is nearby. So who is an entrepreneur? For that question, the answer is who identifies the problems in and around the community is an entrepreneur. First point. Other than that, wealth creation, job creation and all comes later. But who identifies that problem which is very much needed in the community, he is an entrepreneur. And then coming to your second question, age group. There is no age group. If you go to newspaper, I mean daily we are seeing somebody who is in a village who haven't cleared his 5th 6th class also, he is innovating, right? And then if you go to some schools nowadays, school kids are also innovating something, because why this rural innovation is coming into picture is they are very near to the problems.
Yes, sir.
Farmer knows what are the problems faced by by their co-farmers, and that's where they are bringing these solutions. So there is no age group, first point. There is no educational qualification, right? And many times what students or anybody thinks is, if I know coding, then only I can become entrepreneur. If I know how to deal with any physical equipment, then only I can become. No. If you see Steve Jobs, I mean, he's not a technology guy, Mark Zuckerberg is a technology guy, but if you see Steve Jobs is not a technology guy. So there are multiple examples like this. You need not to have a technology background to become entrepreneur. You should have that finding the problem, and then how to provide solution to that, and then how to pull up team for that. Team plays a very crucial role, because the vision which you have, see, it's like entrepreneurs are time travelers, because from here they see next 10 years what is going to happen, and then if I solve this problem, how many people are going to get benefited out of it. They are time travelers, and then somebody has to believe them. That's their team. So if they identify proper team, and if they identify the problem, if they have that vision, he is an entrepreneur. There is no age, no educational background, nothing is required. If you see Nike also at 50 years of age, she has founded a company. So there are many examples like this.
So sir, how does innovation plays a role in it? Like, how important is it to identify what is innovative and create it? How does that go hand in hand with entrepreneurship?
Sure. One of the professors from very big university, he has given one formula.
Yes, sir.
Right? So the formula goes like this, because most of us are familiar with mathematics, so it is very easy for us to understand. Innovation is equals to ideation multiplied by commercialization. This is the formula which he gave. Suppose we deal it in ones and zeros, right?
Yes, sir.
If you have great idea, let's keep it as 1. If the idea is not that good or feeble, make it 0, right? Suppose if you have great idea but there is no commercial aspect to it, 1 into 0 is 0, which means innovation is 0. Suppose commercial aspect is there but idea is not that good, it is so 0 into 1 is 0 again. Okay, best example is Elon Musk. He has invented this reusable rocket.
Yes, sir.
Right, which means one rocket can go multiple times. Usually we all know that rocket, once it goes and then it dismantles and then it's done. Few satellites go and but he has come up with this reusable rocket. So as this idea is very great, no?
Yes.
So one. But if this idea has come, so he is also talking about going on moon. Can we go and have breakfast on moon? Because the resource is there. Is it commercially viable? No, right?
No.
So that's what it is. And then if you see I'll tell another example. That is where idea is great, but there is no commercial aspect. 1 into 0 is 0. The other way around, if you see, during COVID, okay, masks were compulsory, and then sanitizers, and then some air purifiers and all have come.
Yes, sir.
It was good at that time, but can you see now anybody using that?
No.
What happens to those businesses? So the idea was not that great, because mask and all, it's not that great that time. But during that time the commercial aspect was more. But if you see down the line 3 years, nobody is using it. What happens to that business? So 0 into 1 is 0. This is one definition, right? Always students have to remember, whenever they do any mini project or major project, they have to keep this in mind. Idea, it's not only about idea, it should have some commercial aspect. But people think, what sir, if I do some social enterprise, then also should I think about commercial aspect? Yes, If your tummy is not full, how can you go and serve others?
Yes.
Yes,
It's
sir.
not individual tummy I am talking about. If you are not able